Hello everyone, welcome to this problem solving session. Am I audible? Can anyone confirm? Okay, okay, fine, okay. Just wait. Yeah. So, if you have any doubt from the previous week or last classes, I can wait for some time. You can ask for any doubt, or you can post in the chat also. Or if you have some screenshot or text, uh, then I can answer. Yeah, or you can just turn on your mic and start speaking, or you can raise your hand. Okay, so if there are no doubt, so let's continue this session. Okay, so someone asked what is the reference book to follow for week 1 to 6 lectures. So basically, week 1 to 6 lectures is I think uh, it's like basic quantum mechanics or Schrodinger equations and some basic elementary MOSFET in transport. So basically, in that band structures and other, you can follow this advanced semiconductor fundamentals by Pierre, Robert Pierre. I think it's Pearson publication. And other book you can follow like fundamentals of nano transistor, this by Mark Lundstrom. So that other material, whatever the quantum transports and other phenomena, whatever discussed in the class, so you can follow from that. I think these two books moreover will be fine for you, or you can like yeah, I think these two books will be fine for you. Or these are like quite fluent to read if you want to read from the basics. Uh, yeah. So is that answer your doubt? Okay. Okay. So I will post this in the text chat also in the last. So yeah. Okay. So let's carry on with our this is week 10. So this is week 10. So we will be solving the assignment problem, like this is the previous assignment problems related to week 10 of the class. Okay, so now first problem discussed, in the short channel MOSFET of a nanowire transistors, the number of conduction modes in the channel is uh, given by per unit length. Which of the following relation is true? Okay, so as you have seen, basically number of mode number of uh, so uh, uh, in the nanowire transistor. So this is nanowire transistor. So the nanowire transistor is basically the you have like the length only is there. In the third dimension it is very thin, or you can say the quantum confinement is there in the third dimension, and along the one direction only the confinement, the free movement is there. The other direction all the confinement is there. So in the nanowire kind of if you solve the if you calculate the density of states for uh, 1D density of states for these transistors, you will find that this is directly proportional to, so for 3D, so density of state for 3D it's square root of E, and for density of state for 2D is constant, and density of state is 1D is square root of 1 by E. So if you integrate this density of states, you will get the number of number of number of modes in the channel. Okay, so basically to find all the modes in the channel, you need to integrate over all the energy level present in the channel and with the density of state. So if you take this area of this, then this will become constant. So then number of modes in 1D channel will is constant. So similarly, number of modes in, if you take the area, then this will be square root of E, and the number of modes in the 3D case will be directly proportional to E. Okay, so it's directly so it in the case of 3D it is directly proportional to E. So the correct answer will be third one. So number of modes in the 1D transistor will be constant. Okay, so is there any doubt in this, or we can move to next problem? Okay, so if there are no doubts in this, so yeah, so let's move to next problem. So as we have derived in the just just wait a minute. Okay, yeah, so yes, just okay. Sorry for the glitch. Okay, so in the the second problem talks about which of the following expression involve Fermi integrals FNF will appear, which of the following expression involving Fermi integral will appear in the ballistic injection velocity for a transistor with a 1D ballistic channel. Okay, so whatever in the so in the class it was discussed that so basically to drive the to drive the basically to get the idea of transport or current, you need to integrate the this basically you need to integrate this 2q square by h integral of t of e m of e and f1 minus f2 de, and this is and the steady state charge ns will be equals to 2q q square by h, uh, then it will be equals to so d1 density of state in the source region, uh, uh, 1 by 2 multiply by f of in the source region plus density of states or modes in the channel, density of state in the drain channel multiply by drain side Fermi function, and this integral in the integrated over the energy. Okay, this is the, and so the current you can calculate by this w times q times the v average velocity. Okay, so now in case of like in the uh, in the discussion for the 2D ballistic MOSFET in the class, so that was the case. So your average injection velocity in the positive direction will come out as square root of 2 kbt by pi m star multiply by f of half and nf divided by f of 0. So basically your the main Fermi so basically in the case of 2D ballistic MOSFET, since this density of states is independent, so this Fermi direct integral will be a function of so the this integral will uh, come out as a Fermi direct integral of zeroth order. So in the denominator it comes out as a zeroth order denominator, and in the uh, since in this current equation this is the number of modes, so for a 2D MOSFET the modes will be proportional to the energy level, since it is the integration. So then this will come out as a first order integral. So similarly in case of zeroth order zeroth order or 1D ballistic case, this will come out as a minus one half order, and this will come out as a plus one half, or one order will be reduced in the both. Okay, so this correct answer will be though, so the denominator it will be f of 0 n of f divided by in the denominator it will be f of minus half n of f. So this will come out so is that clear? Is there any doubt in understanding, or we can move on this? So the correct answer will be the fourth one. So f of 0 n of fs divided by f of minus half n of fs. This f is Fermi direct integral of zeroth order and minus half minus 0.5 orders. Okay, so let's just see. So which of the following integral appears in the channel conductance expression? Channel conductance expression. Okay. So for of a 1D ballistic channel for a small value of DDS. Okay. So for small value in the linear region, basically this conductance is basically conductance of G of G of channel G of channel conductance you can write 2q square by h, or uh, integral integral of T of E m of E, then f1 minus f2 for small voltage, this will be converted to df by de, as we have derived in the previous sessions. So this will be this. So finally in the current expression if we put, so this f1 minus f2, finally this for 2D ballistic MOSFET, as we have seen, this was converted into the this was converted into the Fermi direct integral of 1 half n of f. So in this case, since the mode is for the 1D case is independent of this, uh, so mode is basically you can see in this problem the mode of 1D is constant. So you can say this integral will become, because this is the derivative, so now derivative of Fermi direct function is there, so derivative will reduce the order of Fermi direct integral or Fermi direct function by 1. So this now mode side is constant, and this, if we can assume the transmission coefficient as a 1, then we can see this integral will convert to the derivative of this integral function, and that will so derivative will so this we can take out also, or this derivative will reduce the mode by factor of 1. So in the case of this case the mode will be so it will be minus 1. So this is the mode for this is the 0 zeroth order Fermi level, and if we take out the take the derivative, this will reduce the like Fermi direct integral by order of 1. So the correct answer will be f of minus 1. Or you can see like in the so you can see by analogy also, in case of 2D ballistic MOSFET, this is f of minus 1 half, and since your now the modes number of modes is uh, it's 1 half order of dependence less compared to the 2D ballistic MOSFET, so it will the Fermi order of Fermi direct integral will reduce further by 1 half, so it will become f of minus 1 half minus 1 half. So n of f or it will become f of minus 1 n of f. Okay, so you please take care in the exam what is asked in the channel. So for what region it is asked. So similarly it can be asked in the exam that you need to drive for 3D ballistic channel, or 2D, or even like 3D. If you consider, then how the your this Fermi integral will look like. Okay, so yeah, so uh, okay, so is there any doubt in the problem up to now? Okay, I think if there are no doubts, so let's move to next problem. So, so the nature of electric field at the top of the barrier, x equals to 0 in a ballistic MOSFET is given by which of the following relation? Okay, so the top of the barrier. So the is barrier is look like this. So if we don't apply any bias, it is look like this. So if we start applying the bias, this barrier will pull down, and similarly here it also pull down. Here also it will be pulled down. So uh, so if we apply the bias, then so this is that the vds equals to 0. If we apply the bias, vds equals to q times v by kt. So this is the potential. So the uh, fermi di- uh, fermi level will reduce by this amount if we apply the v voltage. So this is suppose the source drain channel, and if we this is the ground potential. If we apply the v voltage at the drain terminal, so this the Fermi level in the drain side region will pull down by this much amount. Okay, so now the band diagram will look like this. So it will be flat in there, and then it will be there. So at the top of the balance band, so in the easier way to find the electric field across the device, you take the since the electric field is basically minus like uh, electric field is like basically, yeah, you can drive the force as like force is basically minus du by dx. Okay, so where this du is the potential energy. Okay, so and similarly force, if you consider by in the case of electric field, so this force you can replace by q times E, which will be equals to minus du by dx. So electric field will be minus 1 by q du by dx. Okay, and du in this case, so the potential energy in this case, so the electron will be at the lowest energy position at the bottom of the conduction band, and this age we draw the bottom of the conduction band. So this is the potential energy profile. Okay, so if you take the slope of this profile, then you can find the electric field profile basically. So negative of the slope you need to take care. So now if we draw a line, start drawing, the slope is 0 here. It start increasing. At at the top of the band, where the maxima is there, this slope of this potential energy or energy band diagram will give you the electric field. So at the top of the band, this slope is 0. Where the local maxima is there, this slope is 0. So we can say that at the top of the band, the electric field is equals to 0. Okay, so the E of x equals to 0 will be 0. Okay, is there any doubt in this? Okay, so if there is no doubt, so let's move to next problem. So yeah, so The current, so next problem talks about the current saturation occurs in the ballistic MOSFET due to the which of the following effects. So the first option is the collision of electron traveling in the opposite direction along the channel, finite number of modes in the channel, limited number of charge carriers in the channel leading to the velocity saturation, scattering in the channel. Okay, so let's analyze each case. So in the when we were discussing about the ballistic MOSFET, we were saying that the in the channel region. So suppose if I draw the this is source, this is drain, this is channel. So we were saying that in the for ballistic MOSFET, the in within the channel region scattering does not take place. So uh, so when if we start describing the transport model based on our classical assumption, then this velocity should not saturate at all. Okay, so uh, what happens? But in case of so but in the case of even the ballistic MOSFET, uh, the velocity saturates. So, but in the long channel MOSFET, basically the velocity is saturated uh, by the this number of electron collisions. So basically, these electrons collide with number of times before going to before reaching to arriving at the drain region. So, but in we have assumed or we have claimed in the while we were discussing the ballistic channel MOSFET that this scattering in the channel is nearly absent. Scattering in the channel is absent. So uh, why should the carrier the current should be limited? Why it should not in limit to infinite? So basically, if we drive the model of the velocity saturation effect, so if we solve this all the all the Fermi direct Fermi direct distribution. So if we put all the values of this Fermi direct distribution, so we finally find that this the the current is proportional. Basically your Fermi direct function is basically proportional to the Vx and V by n, the uh, the exponential of ef in the source region minus efc ec by kt times exponential of Vx square plus Vy square by 2 kt. So no, m times Vx square by V by square by kt, twice kt. And then so this was the positive direction. So if we can assume that like when we pull down this barrier, so some electrons are moving in the positive direction, others are moving in the negative direction. So basically our when we applying the bias, this game is the like how much rate in each direction is there. So if we put out this is the positive direction, the uh, rate of moving in the positive direction, and in the negative direction is a function of Vx and Vy. It is exponential of E of f of d minus Ec by kt, exponential of Vx square plus Vy square. So when when we have assumed that very low bias is applied, then this sorry, just yeah. So when we have assumed that very low bias applies, so this initial function will become 1. So these are not independent. So the uh, velocity in the very low bias case, velocity in the positive direction will be equals to the velocity in the negative direction. Or if we plot this distribution function, if we plot this distribution function, then this shape will comes out as the Gaussian in the 2 dimension. Okay, so if I can plot this will be the Gaussian function in 2 dimension. So so the on one axis velocity in the one direction x direction, and other axis is velocity in the y direction. Okay. So now this f this f are basically your probability distribution functions. So in the in case of like zero applied bias, these functions are symmetric. Okay. So there is no skewness in the this Gaussian distribution. But as we apply the bias, so what happens is this factor, one factor is start increasing and other factor they start decreasing. So our distribution will start becoming asymmetrical. So we can say like if we apply as the drain bias as possible, like as we increase the drain bias, so this distribution will start becoming skewed. So the number of carrier will start moving in this direction, and these are moving from this region, it are moved away. But the area under this probability distribution function is constant. So basically after a certain time, after a certain drain voltage, when the total number of carriers in this region or other side of this region will become nearly zero, then our the now the number of carriers won't in one side of the direction won't increase. So we can say now the number of carrier can't be in one direction, can't be increased further. We can say that the velocity got saturated. Okay. So this uh, for the so the correct option for this will be, so as we have finite number of carriers in the charge carrier in the channel region. So now as we apply the bias, so carrier whichever moving to the positive direction has directly shifted to the positive direction. Okay. So basically we can say the probability of uh, an electron moving in the negative direction or in this direction, left to right direction, will reduce is very small, and the probability electron from source to drain region will increase very large. Okay. So this has become very small, so now it has become, and this has become very large. So we can say now the this distribution has become skewed, and the correct answer will be number of charge carrier in the channel leading to the velocity saturation. Okay. Okay. So is there any doubt in this? I can clarify. Yeah. If there is some misconception for okay. So there are now further doubts. Let's move to this. Let's move to next problem. Okay. So yeah. So how does the lowering of the barrier channel due to drain voltage affect the magnitude of the saturation current? Okay. So now now let's say like why the current gets saturated. So so if we so now let's say this is the barrier without applying any bias. So after this, so if we start applying the bias, so this will become like this. So band diagram. So suppose let me clarify for completeness. So if this is the source, channel and drain region. So this is the source, this is the channel, and this is the drain band diagram, and I am drawing the band diagram along this cut line. Okay. So now this uh, now this if the brain if this if this drain does not impact this barrier at the source side region, the the current will get saturated, because only the limited amount of electron can cross this barrier, whatever allowed by the applying of gate voltage. So whatever allowed by the this barrier is lowered down by the gate voltage, but in the short channel MOSFET this barrier is lowered down by the drain voltage also. So that is known as the drain induced barrier lowering, DIBBLE. Okay, so with the application of the gate drain voltage, this barrier get lower down. Okay, so this current will increase. So basically now the electrons will feel lesser barrier compared to earlier one. So now the current will increase uh, the ID set. Okay, so in case when the dibble is not there, then your current will get saturated. But as soon as this barrier start lowering because of the applied drain voltage, your ID set will start increasing. Basically now what you get in the characteristic, so ideally when dibble is not there, so ideally you should get like this kind of characteristics, the nearly flat kind of characteristics. Now if dibble is there, so you will get this skewed characteristics. So the current is not saturated, it start increasing even at larger drain to source voltage. So these characteristics become like this. They have finite slope. Okay, so we can see like this is ID. So basically this ID, and this is VDS, and these are like different value of VGS2. Yeah, so basically we can say that ID set will increase. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so is there any doubt up to now? Okay, so if there is no doubt, let's move to next problem. So the primary role of gate voltage in the ballistic MOSFET is to determine uh, yeah, so basically in the in even in the ballistic MOSFET or this even at the normal MOSFET, so basically what happens is when you apply, so this is the source, this is the drain, and let me draw like this. So this is the substrate region, and this let's shoot the gate oxide. So this is the oxide region, and there is a metal on the top of that. So this is the metal, gate metal. So this is gate, basically this is gate. Okay, and this is the source terminal, this is the drain terminal. Okay, so now primary role of this, so basically what happens is, so as we start applying this bias, so as we start, suppose this is the p type substrate. So this is p type substrate. So then our band diagram in the, if we draw the band diagram, so we can draw the band diagram across two lines. So we can draw the band diagram across this direction, and we can draw the band diagram across this direction. Okay, so now if we draw the band diagram across this direction, so if we draw the band diagram in the source drain direction, so this cut line, so let me move. Okay, just wait. Yeah, yeah, so no, this one, okay, now this will be fine. Yeah, so if we draw the band diagram, so I am drawing this source drain band diagram here. So if we draw the band diagram across this or gate band diagram in this here, so if we draw the band diagram across this source channel drain, just wait. Yeah, so if we draw the source channel band diagram, so it will look like here the source, the Fermi level will be closer to the conduction band, and this will be like this. Okay, and here the, if we draw the band diagram across this, just wait. Yeah, so if we draw the band diagram across this, so then it will look like your this is gate, oxide and substrate region. So you draw the gate, oxide and substrate region, and in the gate region only the only so this is so only the gate reaches the metal, so only the Fermi level will be there, because the in the metal the concept of conduction band and electron conduction band and valence band are not there. So in the gate region this Fermi level will be this, and in the oxide region the Fermi level will look like this, and in the substrate region it will look like this. So in the substrate region this will look like this. Okay, so now at the equilibrium the Fermi level will be aligned, so this is EF, and we can write this this is EF, and we can write EI level, intrinsic energy level. Okay, now if we start applying the gate voltage, so what will happen, this band will start pulling down. So now if we start applying the gate voltage, which is this, so it will band will look like this. So this, so similarly in the this region, similarly this EI level also band like this. So yeah, so no no, this EI level EI level will be above, because this is the P type substrate. So EI level will be above the this Fermi level. So this EI level will start also start bending like this. Okay, so now this valence band also start bending. So now at the interface it is more becoming N type. So this barrier is lowered at the interface. Okay, so as we apply the more and more gate bias, so this will be start becoming like this. So if we increase the gate bias further, this will become like this. So and similarly this will become like this. So in the bulb it will be like this. Well, it will be like this. Yeah, so basically, so now this channel at the oxide and substrate semiconductor interface is becoming more and more N type. So we can say this more electrons are produced in this at this interface. So this is more becoming like N types. So electrons are deposited here, and holes in the positive side of the or uh, there is a electron deficiency in the positive side. No, just not this. So here we can write the positive charge. So the positive charge are accumulated at the other side of the this gate capacitor. Okay, so basically the gate is basically controlling the equilibrium charge at the in the channel. Okay, so gate is basically controlling the equilibrium number of carriers at the equilibrium in the channel, and the application of drain to source will signify that like how these electrons are flowing from source to drain through this channel. Okay, so so basically the primary roles of the gate voltage is to determine the source Fermi level. It's wrong. So the source Fermi gate the source Fermi level is not controlled by the gate voltage. It is just the channel Fermi channel surface potential is controlled by. Neither the drain Fermi level or nor the mean free path in the channel. Only the correct option is the charge concentration at the top of the barrier in the channel. Okay, so the correct answer will be fourth one. So yeah, so now so yeah, so now for the 3D ballistic channel, the average positive velocity at a given energy uh, along the z direction is given as Vz plus the value of quantity Vz plus of average divided by V. So this this uh, V is basically your ballistic injection velocity. So just wait, yeah. So now if we introduce so uh, so in the 3D ballistic, so this is 3D ballistic channel along the distribution of quantities. uh, Okay, we will leave this problem. I have some confusion in this problem, so we will do this problem in the next class, or I will post an answer on forum. Uh, I have some confusion in this, so we will skip this problem. So yeah, so we will move to next problem. Uh, Consider a short channel non nanowire MOSFET operating at the 0 Kelvin. The channel conductance for applied voltage VDS equals to 0 volt is. So basically this VDS is very small. So we can say the channel is in the linear region or near equilibrium. Okay. So then so uh, so so the conductance will basically so in the near equilibrium case, this Fermi function we can approximate by the just the delta function E minus EF, and which comes in the, so our conductance will be equals to 2q square by h integral of T of E m of E multiplied by this Fermi function, which we can approximate by E minus EF by df. So because of this integral in the delta function, so this will become 2q square by h T of E m of EF. So basically we need to find, so if we assume short channel, then we can like this will be the pure ballistic case. We can assume this transmission coefficient as a 1. So this will become 2q square by h uh, m of EF. So mode of to find the mode at energy level EF, we need to find the uh, we need to find the we need to find the density of state multiplied by uh, the so to find the modes, basically we need to multiply by the integrate this, so mode in the, so it's given as the nanowire MOSFET. So it's given as the nanowire MOSFET. So mode will be constant. So so density of state function will be so m2de. So density of state will be is a function of density of states of 3d or 1de will be equals to square root of 1 by e, and the modes will be constant. Okay. So now if we put this mode, so this will come out as 2m star by pi h. So that will be the m of EF, and which is the constant. So if we put this is around 2.12.9 kilo ohm. Okay. So now if we put the mode, so 2m star by 12.9 multiplied by this uh, this pi h. So if we put the value of m star pi and h, m star pi and h, those are like constant, and uh, so we can find the conductance. Okay. So now this conductance we can find, and if you put all the values, then you will find this the correct answer is C, third part. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so the correct answer will be third option. So in a ballistic MOSFET operating in the linear region, the ballistic mobility at time t equals to 300 Kelvin. So at t equals to 300 Kelvin, the m star is given as 0.19 times me. So we need to find the ballistic mobility. Okay, so the ballast and the MOSFET is given. So the ballistic mobility is given by this. So uh, so ballistic mobility mu of B is given by Vt. So this is unidirectional injection velocity. Uh, then it is given by this L by uh, twice of Kt by Q. But the thing is, this L is not given. Okay. Just wait. It is independent of. Okay. So I think there is some. Okay. So yeah. Sorry. So in this the linear region is given. So basically uh, the the in the linear region. Basically your B this just wait, yeah. So basically no, this is not the this is not correct. Okay. So this injection velocity V injection ballistic is basically equals to 2 kt by pi m star and f of half nfs and f of 0 nfs. So in case of low bias, this f of half nfs and f of 0 nfs will cancel out, and you will remain with this only. So the with this we are given this velocity we can find. So this thermal velocity we can find. From this we can calculate the ballistic mobility. Just yeah. So for the small region, yeah. So finally this will come out this only. So there is a in this problem there is a confusion of L. So I will figure it out in the next session. So I have confusion because L value is not given, L length is not given. So how to calculate the mobility, that is a question, or this question is something wrong in this question. So I will figure out in the next class, or I will let you know in the next class. So is there any doubt whatever I discussed in today's class? Yeah. Or you have any doubt related to previous sessions, you can ask. Okay. So yeah. So how many of you are giving end term exam or final exam for this certification course? Am I audible correctly now? Okay. Kamal, are you there? Okay, so this was the last problem for today's session. So if you have any doubt, so I can wait for some time. So if you have any doubt related to even the previous sessions, I can answer that doubt. So please let me know if you have any doubt even in the previous session. So we can solve this. Yeah. Okay, so this was the last problem for today's session. So if you don't have any doubt for the current session, so please because next two session will be the last. So please collect your doubt and queries for the last two sessions. We will discuss those, and please let me know if you have any doubt and any query related to any sessions or anything I have discussed, or whatever you are not able to understand in the class. Please let me know. Till then, thank you so much for attending these sessions. Uh, I hope you enjoy this session. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Okay. So if there are no doubt, I don't have any specific things to discuss related to this week content. So if you have any doubt, you can ask, or we can wait for some time. So okay, then if you don't have any doubt for this session, then I think I am done with the all the problems. Some this eighth and tenth problem I look again. So I have some confusion in this tenth problem. This length is not given. So how to calculate this ballistic mobility? Okay. So and this problem I have some confusion related to this ratio. I don't know what is V in this case. Okay, so yeah, so if there are no doubts, then we can end this session, and we will meet next time, uh, same platform, same time next week. So till then, have a nice time. Thank you so much for listening. Uh, yeah, we will meet the next time. Thank you so much for listening this session.